Walk away. Just walk. Oh. Hi there. So yeah, let's pretend that didn't happen. Fallout New Vegas. I've been playing that this week. It's done actually by Obsidian, published by Bethesda, but it's sort of a sequel done by somebody else who didn't do the original. So is that a good thing? Did Obsidian bring a bunch of new stuff to the game? Is it just more of the same stuff? Is more of the same stuff actually a good thing? Here's my opinion of Fallout New Vegas.
Fallout New Vegas is the sequel to 2008's Fallout 3. And as the name suggests, it's trading the post-apocalyptic nuked-out wasteland of Washington, D.C. to the post-apocalyptic, not quite as nuked-out, Las Vegas. Being that this is a Fallout game, it comes with all the things you would expect from Fallout. Post-apocalyptic lands, underground bunkers, and bottle caps for money.
We'll be rich! Rich, I tell ya!
It even brings back all the stuff that was introduced in Fallout 3, like the VATS targeting system. At first glance, Fallout New Vegas looks almost identical to Fallout 3. It has the same kind of character design, the same UI layout, everything feels the same. But upon a closer inspection, you notice little differences, like the wasteland is not so much a former metropolis that's been nuked to the ground, but just an open desert. So while it is a wasteland, it's more of a nice wasteland with some trees and shrubbery. Vegas wasn't nuked as much as DC, so a lot of the areas are pretty pristine and untouched. There's water you can drink and not get irradiated, although, a little radiation never hurt anyone.
Oh god!
With all the groundwork done in Fallout 3, Obsidian was free to just expand upon the gameplay. They added a lot more RPG elements with the weapons so that you could modify your weapons to hit different enemies better, but they also added iron sights to make the game a better shooter game. So if you want to play more of a pure RPG, then you're free to go that route, but if you want to play it as just a pure FPS shooter, you have that option as well. They also made it a lot easier to communicate with your companions with the companion wheel, so you can give orders and tell them to stay certain places and talk to them and not have to go through some clunky menu screen. The companions as well are also really improved in just the story aspect. Each companion sort of has their own little unique story within the game that you can help them complete with a quest line that they have, or you can ignore, and different companions want different things. They all have different point of views on your actions.
More sexual favors than I can even count. I am still tired from it.
And these elements really apply to the story as a whole. Unlike in Fallout 3, where you have to do this certain story and you don't really get to pick your sides and you can just be good or be a dick about it, in this game you truly can be evil, good, or neutral. You can play it however you want. You can side with many different factions, you can side with nobody and be in it for yourself. You can go around killing everybody, you can go around not killing anyone throughout the entire game, if at all possible. It gets more difficult, but that's your choice. It's your freedom to do and play the game however you want. The only real question is Fallout New Vegas enough of a difference between Fallout 3 to warrant your purchase? And my answer is kind of. It does feel like the same game. It adds a lot to it, but it is the same game. It feels very much the same, a lot of the same weapons, the characters all look the same. There's only so much, variety in desolate wastelands that you can really have, but there's just something about it. It's a huge improvement on Fallout 3, and I just think it's a better version of Fallout 3. So if you were a fan of Fallout 3, you'll really enjoy this. If you only kind of liked Fallout 3, you might not want to go full price and buy this. Maybe just rent this and check it out. But it's really, at its core, it's a better version of Fallout 3, which is great.
I am programmed for your pleasure. Please assume the position.
So there you have it. Fallout New Vegas, I think, is actually a little better than Fallout 3. It adds a lot of stuff. It does what you would expect from a good expansion. It takes a solid foundation and builds upon it with all kinds of new weapons and gameplay mechanics that are just a lot of fun. It has a lot of great things. The story is a lot of fun. The companions are great. You get a lot of great moments from different companions. It just seems like the storytelling's a little better. The voice acting, not so great. But overall, I think it's a really big improvement on Fallout 3. So hopefully they'll make more.